A stock that you should be looking at, stock of the day, Boral, set to sell its North American building products business to Westlake for just shy of $3 billion, with the company saying it's also looking at a JV divestment or some other approach to its troubled North American fly ash business as it assesses options for shareholders. Now it has some $500 million in surplus capital. There's been a lot of share registry activity on Boral, driven by Seven Group Holdings, who have wanted this. Is it a good move, Gaurav?
Absolutely.
Does this turn around sentiment on Boral stock?
I actually think it might. This is a fantastic move, about 10 years too late.
Yep.
Boral has had for a long time quite a strong domestic building products business. I think the last number I saw is they generate domestically a return on capital in the double digits, sort of between 10 and 15%, depending on how the cycle goes. Now, globally for building products, that is exceptional. It's actually a pretty decent little business in Australia. And what's happened is that they've used that capital and just bought awful businesses, primarily in America, but overseas. And that's diluted the whole group. So this is a business with a reasonably high quality domestic base that's just been very poorly managed for a really long time. And now you've got a new management in there, and looks like they're trying to cut some of the excess fat off. So fly ash will go. That's an awful business. I'll be surprised if they get as much as they hope for. This American business is actually not too bad. It's big, but very low margin, low returning, probably 5% return on capital.
Right.
But this is the time in the cycle to sell it. I'm actually surprised they didn't get a higher price than $3 billion. I would have thought they would have got a bit more than that. But I think this is a great move. Now, the test will be, how do they reinvest this capital? There's opportunities in the domestic market. I still think there's more divestments for them to make. But if they can cut through all the rubbish, there's actually a decent business inside Boral, probably worth $7 a share or so. So I think the market's onto this.
Right.
But you've got to add the surplus capital as well. So look, I think the opportunity is largely gone. And it was a hard one to pick up because you needed a big change from past behaviour, and there's no guarantee you're going to get it. So
And that's what Seven Group brought in, though.
Yes, I think that's
They
right.
basically threatened them.
You needed a big, powerful shareholder to come in and force management to do this. So, I wouldn't give management too much credit for it. They should have done it a decade ago.
So missed the boat, do you reckon?
Yes, I think so. There might be a bit more in it, but I think the best opportunity has gone.
Yeah.
But I also hasten to add that it was not an obvious opportunity very low, because it was unclear whether this would happen.
Right.
Yeah, sadly, I'll start with agreeing with Gaurav. Look,
You've been very good.
I know,
13 minutes into the hour.
I'll come up with the head hijackers too. Look, I mean, this is poor man's James Hardy. I mean,
Yep.
really poor man's James Hardy.
Yep.
I mean, really poor man's. So James Hardy is the best of the best.
Yep.
And it's a top 10 stock for me. It does well. If it's running up, this is the dog that gets dragged by it.
Yeah.
So the only reason that you bought it is because it's a bit like Sims Metal with BlueScope. When one's shooting the lights out, you look for the dog that's straying behind and you go, yeah, I'll take that too. And Boral was that. Seven Group was basically playing this thematic. They were just going to jump in, buy it, split it, sell it.
Yep.
And they're doing it because they're going to be, someone's going to do it over the top of them. So they're doing what they're doing. I think that's priced in. I'm not chasing it here. We actually got out of James Hardy recently. Look, I think the American market.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
So, look, it's great, but it's priced for being great.
Right.
And rates are going up. And my housing data would suggest that we're going to be in a peak. They are undersupplied, so there will be a cycle back, but it's priced too much for it. So I think the short term, there's more risk than return there. So if James Hardy says sell, this is a
Every time,
throw it out.
every time over the years that we've had a sell on James Hardy, we have been wrong.
Right,
We
okay.
have plenty of buyers on the stock as well, but every time we've decided to
But
sell it, it's been the
again-
wrong
So
decision.
what did you switch into? Anything in
Forgotten
the
now. Look, we've had a bit more defensive plays in,
Right.
so domestic earnings.
Your
was a-
ugly insurance.
Oh,
yeah,
don't
we had
say
insurance.
insurance.
I think at that time, I think we went into Telstra, ASX on the pullback, so we kind of
Okay.
got them, and
All
they've
right.
had a decent bounce.
Okay.
So look, I think the whole building sector, everyone knows it's
Yeah.
priced in, and this one, again, when Seven Group is involved, they're like the anaconda. They get in there, buy, wait for the management, cyclical low, then they grind it and they take it. You don't
Yeah.
get the premium.
Yeah.
So don't get excited that you're going to get a takeover premium. That just doesn't come to you.
No,
So
no.
go somewhere else.
But if you'd bought in when Seven Group bought in,
yeah,
you'd
you've
done
done
well.
well.
Yeah.
Followed the smart money.